everybody, so new review for you guys today. We have the upcoming thriller Antebellum. As many of you know, I'm quite a big fan of the horror genre, as we're getting really close to that season actually. I guess almost in a sense that Antebellum is kind of the kickoff of that season for me. Which, by the way, huge thank you to Lionsgate and also Cinemania for supplying me with the screener for this so I can talk about it early with you guys, because the film actually does come out on VOD September 18th. So Antebellum is about Veronica Henley, an author who finds herself trapped in a horrifying reality and must uncover the mind-bending mystery before it's too late. There are aspects to enjoy with the film, particularly the way that it's shot. This is the directors Christopher Benz and Gerard Bush's first feature film, and it's actually a really impressive debut for them. It certainly doesn't feel like first-time directors behind the camera. Many of the camera shots are framed beautifully, sweeping us through our characters in the plantation they're prisoners on multiple times, doing it with these very long takes, tracking shots you don't really see too often in the horror genre. Obviously, the film touches upon the topic of slavery, and if I'm being honest, I really wish that we would do other black stories other than just slavery, because I feel like it's kind of been done to death at this point. But if a story is done well, it's done well, but I don't really think it was very well executed here. It's clear that the film wants to compare slavery to the issues that African Americans face in today's society, but it never really does a good job fleshing that out. The script as a whole doesn't really fleshing anything out, whether it be the development of its story or its characters. None of them really ever get fleshed out at all. Even Janelle Monae's character doesn't really get too much fleshing out at all, so we kind of really don't care about a lot of the stuff that's going on in the storyline. It's unfortunate because I really do want to care about what's going on in the storyline, but everything just lacks so much depth. And the story is told in a very clunky way. The dialogue doesn't feel natural either. And the pacing is a mess as well, as we jump between two varying storylines. One of them we jump to like right in the heart of the movie, and it really takes away from the building tension and suspense that we were getting, and now we're transported to this whole other storyline, when I feel that kind of deterred some of my interest as well. All performances I thought were fine. There weren't really any that I thought were bad in any way. Janelle Monae obviously is the standout performance. I really like to see her do other films, because I do think she is a very talented actress, but it's just like the story itself, the screenplay, I feel like it could have been so much better if it was polished a little bit more. There were points where it felt a little bit half-baked with its ideas, because it just had a really good concept, but wasn't executed well. Also, I feel like this film isn't being marketed very well, in the sense that it's not marketing accurately, because it's supposed to be marketed as a horror thriller, and I really wouldn't classify it as a horror film. Maybe a psychological thriller, if I had to put it in a sort of thriller genre, but even then, sometimes that's kind of a stretch. There is also a twist in the film, which I'm not going to reveal here, but if you have seen the trailers, you probably have an idea of what it is. It's not as big of a revelation as the film acts like it is. If you've seen any of the material, you'll probably know what it is. So, I mean, it would have been nice to have not had that spoiled in the trailers, or maybe had it been a little bit better executed, it could have been so much more. It's a shame, because while I wasn't a big fan of Antebellum, there are underlying good concepts in there that I feel like could have shined through with a little bit more work and polish. I am intrigued to see what these directors do next, though, just because they obviously have a lot of style behind their directing. I just can't justify recommending this film. I think it's a good start for them, especially for that $20 rental price. I don't know. I think I'd be a little bit more hesitant. Maybe check it out once it gets a little bit cheaper, because $20 rental is a bit steep for Antebellum. But those are just my thoughts on Antebellum. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below if you check out the film. Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Either way, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below. What do you think of the film? Because I really like to talk about all things movies, TV, and all that stuff on the channel. Thank you as always for checking out my reviews. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and we'll keep updating my movie reviews, trailer reactions, unboxings, and more. But next time, I'll see you guys later.